excuse. That's why they didn't contest. Some of us were praying that they should come and contest. Because how would they look at Okalibo, especially in Nahoda East, and contest against Okalibo? How? Where would they win Okalibo? Do you see the amount, if you look at the amount of campaign that is going on in Nahoda East, you would think it's governorship election. It looks like, oh, this is the prayer of the women, this is the prayer of traditional rulers, this is the prayer of the people for this young man to represent them. This young man was almost killed in 2023 election. He was almost killed. And that was the only way you could have declared another person elected. And so it looks like the right person that the people wanted already had come. So somehow you allow make God to do whatever, because at the time has a way of paying for certain things. This young man has been there. Don't also forget that in 2019 he was also a candidate of the APC when APC couldn't appear on the poll. Of course, you know what happened in APC in 2019. So in 2023 he also was candidate, and that's one place. And after that, he just said, "I'm not going," because then he was the leader of the APC. Then was Rotimi Amechi. You know, the guy just looked at the support wasn't coming as the guy needed. But this time, he has the moral support. He has all the political support to win the election. But let me tell you, in Rivers State, this is a little text to what is going to happen in 2027. The same way you're looking at this election, there are other political parties, of course, like I said, there are other political parties. I can tell you that if you are allowed Okalibo to go to any of these political parties, it will also be difficult for APC. But thank God he's a member of the APC and didn't leave to anywhere. Okalibo is one person who said, no, why would I go to another party when I'm in the party? It doesn't matter who is coming into the party or who is not coming to the party. Let's build the party and win, because I believe in the president. And the FCT minister, whether you like it or yes, he is the political leader of Rivers State. And so he leads the Rainbow Coalition. And the Rainbow Coalition has adopted Okalibo. So the man said, you are a member of the political. He just told them point blank that in Kana, yes, the late assembly member, of course, let's give him the sympathy because the people said, let's bring the woman. Then in this place, he said, allow the man who has been there. He was the candidate. That means he's a standard candidate for the APC. Let's allow him do. Without him being in his own pact or the party before they came to this place. I said, please allow him. What does that tell you? That tells you that the man does not have, what he has is interest, not enmity. This man is working with the president, so why would he now say somebody who is working for the president and who is capable and who he knows that has political value to win election, that shouldn't contest? And Okalibo is doing wonderful. I mean, from tomorrow, ATN should even visit that place and see what is happening. I'm going to be there personally, even though that's not my word. Of course, as a stakeholder of the APC, why wouldn't I go to support, give them moral support on what is happening? Of course, and I see you. I'm mobilizing all I see you to Ahoda East, and then on Thursday I'm mobilizing I see you in Kana to support them, to say let's get them voted.
They will have to vote if they are, from that constituency.
I'm talking about the ACE members in that constituency. Yes.
Okay.
They can't vote. I can't vote. So, but of course, you know why some of us, you have cross influence. You can influence. You can have your influence in the other aspects. Okay, please, my people who are loyal to me, who are my foot soldiers, please work for.
This is the person I'm supporting.
This is the person
so
I'm supporting. I need you to work for the person. And don't forget, these people have been working for Okalibo before now, even in those two very previous elections. So it's just a chance to say, wow, our man, let us support our man. And so you are seeing an avalanche of even the PDP, the renewed hope. Imagine, that's why I tell people, imagine renewed hope. I mean the PDP then, winning him. Now imagine that same
PDP then won him with the influence of the FCT minister.
With the influence of FCT.
Who was the PDP governor at that time? Right.
So now,
but you were saying that originally, if not for the influence of the FCT minister,
there was
no way Edison would have won.
There was no way Edison would have won Okalibo.
So probably it's safe to say that the election that saw Edison become a member of the assembly was not free and fair.
That's not what I said.
In that election.
No, that was not what I said. I just told you here that
No, the way I am understanding it is like Okadibo, that's his name, right? Okadibo was he was the choice of the people, and the people loved him, because that's the picture you're painting for us.
Yes.
The people loved Okadibo, and he had the support of the masses.
Yes.
And it was a very tough run between him and Edison.
Yes.
However, the only the winning straw that Edison had was the influence of the FCT minister, now, who was the then governor, as against the masses that were going for Okadibo.
I will define what that interest is.
So I need the explanation.
Now, let me define it. Let me use the scenario I created. I just told you that by tomorrow I'm moving to Ahoda East.
Yes.
To get my support as a member of the CEU in that place to support Okalibo. Now that means that I could also move to Ahoda East and pull down my support from him to another person.
What if you have a support base that probably, for example, you have a support base that, let me use myself for example, behave and think like me, because regardless of how much I support you, I have a mind of my own.
Okay.
And if I want to vote for someone else who I am very sure and convinced beyond reasonable doubt will deliver on governance, there is nothing you will say to me to make me vote for another person.
No, let me,
because I will go with my conscience, and I will tell you too, my leader, as much as the fact that I respect you and I'm loyal to you, when it comes to this one, I'm going to do this.
Now, let me, will I use the word teach practical politics?
Teach me,
now,
please.
Let me tell you how it works in politics. Now, these persons that I'm talking about, the members of the CE that I'm talking about now, we have been together since 2009. Since 2009. And we're together because we believe in our ideology. We have been together because we believe in certain things. Now, all you need to do is to gather the leadership of the CE in that zone to say, this is the reason why we need to go to this place. I'm not talking to robots. We will all interrogate those reasons. All of us will dialogue. I said, this is the reason. But just know that one thing in politics, in practical politics, is that the leader has at least 51% of that force. Now, one leader says, yes, I understand this reason, but this reason will pay us in this aspect to do this. Now, you'll be shocked that 80% of the followers will go the leader's way. Even though there are people like 10% who will say no. And sometimes, like what we have in IC is, we see there is, you will always come to the meeting with a 10% reserve. Have a 90% that what you are coming with is the best. But with the 10% reserve, so you can manage your ego. That 10% will tell you that it just, there are things to open your eyes that you may not be in the public layer. We say this is the reason why we need to do this. Now, if you are bringing, if for your personal interest, you are bringing just this person into the assembly, and this person may also counter with our own interest in that place which you represent. So that's your little reason cannot override the other reasons. That's just how politics is. So when we can move into Ahoda East, he pulled his supporters. See, there are, let me also tell you that there are three categories of people who follows leaders. There are people who will do anything just because Wike says do. And in River State, these people are up to 80% too. They may not even know why Wike wants you to do that. Just because Wike, I hope you know that it's almost like a sin to talk about APC in River State. But Wike came and directed them, we are going to vote for Tinubu. And that's all they needed. They don't even need his explanation. In fact, the other day, Wike came to Ikure local government, you know, he wanted to consult with the stakeholders of the Ikure local government. The stakeholders told them, why you come to consult with us? Thank you, you are here. Just tell us what to do. In fact, even the local government chairman addressed me and said, sir, you don't need to sit down. Just tell us what to do. We will do it. So there are people like that. Those persons, I know you are once a student. You also know that during the riot in school, when you are rioting, just look at 80% of the students. Of course, you know the university environment. Catch them and ask them what is the reason for this riot. They may not know. There are people who just follow. because one person they like is there.
Following.
It's just there. So those categories are in majority. Then there's another category that will say, okay, why? And ask one or two reasons, but they will bend. There's a category that will say, we'll just do. That one that will do what they want to do is in negligible minority in politics. So that's why you see, in politics, you don't, for instance, if you want to win in my village today, you don't need the 5,000 of us. Just be 5 of us to say, if we adopt you, the village has adopted you, forget it, you can go. It may not even come there. You can go. We don't need to rig it because we also have followers that we are their light. That's how it works. See, the Bible says that also. It says the people shall come to your light. The people shall come to your light. But kings will come rising. When it is to put you there, is the kings, is the influencers.
That will make you rise.
That will make you rise. So the people can clap. Oh, but to make you get into the office, it is the kings. So the kings are influencers. They are influencers. I can tell you. I was the other day, Lauricia, maybe you don't know how influential you are trying to be. That's why I'm careful. I was somewhere the other way, and people were watching us on one discussion. And someone said, I just like the way she talks, and that's all. So now, I just like the way she talks. That's all. I just like the way she talks. The person is not getting interested in the news. The person is not interested in what we are discussing. The person is just interested in, oh, it's Lauricia that's on. I just like it. So when Lauricia says, I don't like cheesy, that person will give the hate cheesy. That will be like that. So that's what happens in politics. So that's why I said it was the influence of the HPC minister who spoke to Edison that helped Edison. Right. That is why Edison knows that he can't dare to influence support. We know he's supporting one or two persons, we know right now. But those who can't. And now, okay, now talking about the other one or two persons, that is the other people contesting against Okadibo, right? Yes, yes.
Now, do you see them as actual threats to Okadibo in this election? What is your take on the preparedness of these other political parties going into these by-elections on 21st? One
thing I have learned of recent is not to take anybody for granted. Mm-hmm. No wonder we are not living in this stone town. Not one. Because you can't say, oh, the man is not going to do anything. You don't know what might happen. I mean, in politics from today till Friday is a
lot of things
can change. And that's why we're taking it. We're not taking it for granted. But if they know that they can win Okadibo, it's not possible. It's not possible. They know that they can't. They know that they can't win. I'm saying ADC knows that even if he contests under another party and none of us is there, that he can't win.
Is APP contesting?
I don't know. I don't know whether APP is contesting because I didn't actually.
So how do you know about the other parties that will be contesting against Okadibo?
I know because I am interested. I'm not interested in APP.
You're not interested in other parties. You're just interested in your candidate.
In my candidate. I'm selling my candidate. I'm going there to sell my candidate. That's what we're doing. And my candidate is a very good market. It's that you have little fee to sell him. So we're just presenting him to the
generally he's accepted by
generally he's accepted. Because no matter how good your goods is or are, if you keep it in the house.
Now, if I may ask you, what are the things that one can lay hold on to that Okadibo has done in Ahoda East constituency to that people will be like, oh, this is the best thing after jollof rice for us? What exactly?
Okadibo is an Ahoda man. No,
doesn't qualify him for...
I'll tell you.
Right,
when we say somebody is a Port Harcourt boy, does not mean that you are the other person is an indigene. Okay. When I was saying that I'm not trying to demarcate somebody, that Toyeko was not a Port Harcourt person. He's from Rivers State, but he's not a Port Harcourt person. So when we're talking about Okadibo is an Ahoda man, it's because Okadibo goes to the fishing pond of Ahoda to drink kai kai with them. Talk with them. He understands their language. He understands the dialect. He understands what they want. Okadibo is a whole person. He knows how to represent them and how to get things done. It's one person that I tell you that I have never seen Okadibo angry as a person. if you follow Kadibo to the village, if you go to the village, you know that he is quote unquote the local man. And of course, you are representing the local people, and they want the people that represent them. He understands what they want at that place. Then, let me even tell you, when they had these flood issues, he wasn't in the government. Kadibo wasn't in the government. But Kadibo used his little resources, which was nothing. But he could see people going to say, how Kadibo gave me $1,000 for this thing? How Kadibo did this? He has this thing. And you know, he was also one time a caretaker committee chairman for 3 months. And go and see empowerment for only 3 months. So Kadibo would naturally live there. If you look at his driver, his chef, everybody is from there. They will eat at the same place. Now you think that is done it. Ideologically also put, Kadibo is somebody that can engage. You know, we now have today why people are careful to put in those that represent them is the Martins led assembly have told us that we used to have assembly, that there's assembly has right, assembly can question certain things, and that is where we find Kadibo can question anybody.
All right, very well. Moving forward, former Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai has accused the Office of the National Security Advisor of importing a dangerous toxic chemical, thallium sulfate, from Poland and demanded an immediate explanation from the agency. In a post on X, El-Rufai said he formally wrote to the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, after information emerged that about 10 kilograms of the highly poisonous substance was allegedly procured. He described thallium sulfate as colorless, odorless, extremely hazardous, and subject to strict international controls, raising concerns about public safety and transparency. El-Rufai asked ONSA to clarify the purpose of the importation, the end user, supplier, permits obtained, storage plans, and whether relevant health and regulatory agencies were involved. As of press time, the Office of the National Security Advisor had not issued an official response. Chizi, what is your take on this El-Rufai saga, starting from the wiretapping, because now I want us to look at it holistically, starting from the wiretapping that he, you know, openly confessed to during an interview on national television, started from there and then on to, I think the next day, we now saw this letter that he posted himself on his X handle, and then your guess is as good as mine how things have escalated since then.
Well, you know, El-Rufai is a brilliant person, we give that to him. But what I question is if he's intelligent. You know, there's a difference between being brilliant and being intelligent. Because if he is intelligent, I would know that he will know that there are certain things that he don't go in. There are certain confections you don't make that is also illegal. If you have tapped the NSA.
No other person but the National Security Advisor.
Do you know that even the budget of the NSA is not made open? That is one thing you should know. That when NSA is even importing something, it's not in the books of, I'm just using that, they are not in the books of MPA like you begin to do. It's not. So sometimes you begin to see there are certain things you say. People who understand the working of government, without whether you were once
in the system,
to know that these things are not something you should just do. Now, assuming without considering, because the onus of proof is on him who has said so. Now, assuming without considering that what he said is correct, the question is, who is El-Rufai that the NSA will, that you can come into this country through his knowledge? How? And then they begin to make phone calls on such things like that. Such very sensitive and poisonous material. And who are they using it for? To do what? Let me also tell you that country brings these things that helps the country. Apart from using that, I'm not saying that's the case now. But I wouldn't say that El-Rufai is lying, but if you look at the El-Rufai history of things he has told us, and things we now know that is bad, that is a lie, typical lie. You will not remove this one from being one of the lies now that El-Rufai will compare to. And the same man will now go back to kneel down one day, if they are made up, to tell them that no, I just lied because of this. he would do that. This is the error. I don't know why the public will not understand that this is error that had a very complicated security situation in Kaduna as governor. Feels that he was involved. Nobody is talking about that. And the same error will have that turned out to be an angel that will now repair this field. The same person that sought to be minister.
Under the same administration.
The same person that told us that Tinubu was the best person that should succeed. If I told his friend Amechi that Amechi cannot be compared to Tinubu. So this, and you see, he's just flampard. He just go here, talk with this person and then go back to this person before you know it. He's just saying. But unfortunately for him, Erufai is used to, because especially during when he came in on board as in openly was during Obasanjo, he was among the sect of young people that Obasanjo backed. So the Obasanjo was buying their lights, whatever they lied, until it came to handover that Obasanjo couldn't get them. They wanted to be president. Obasanjo even said it now that the former Minister for Information, what's his name from, I think a number came and told him that let's hand over to Erufai, and I said Erufai is too small. So all of those lies were to bring them into that, and then he brought the context here openly is that Erufai wants to be president. No matter what he believes that he should be president, and the only way he could have been president is he didn't get it through Buhari. Now he wanted to get it through the alignment with Tinubu. If he was working with Tinubu, Tinubu would have been an angel until he gets the president and will dump Tinubu. Because it was Atiku that brought Erufai to government. Don't forget that. That was Atiku. It was still Atiku that Erufai fought. While Atiku was vice president and he was a minister, why was he fighting him? So that they will look at a young man and then hand him over the presidency. He's too ambitious. Today, Atiku is a saint to him because he wants people who will support him. Now again, he has known that if he has followed Amechi, that the way Amechi was going, there was a likelihood that Amechi was going to, a vice president that wouldn't come from there. Amechi is a younger person. He went and supported Tinubu so that he would begin to shine as a younger person in that government. All of a sudden, he wasn't taking. So he is now fighting. I want to now rubbish the office of National Security Advisor, his SY friend. Because you know what? There's a context. It's the reason why I told you that even if you bring Atiku as candidate of the ADC, the North you think will vote for him will not vote for him. The reason is simple. The younger element in the North will think that he will retire them. Why would he retire them? If he goes and do 8 years and then come back to this team, before then, people like Erufai would have been 90 years. And they are afraid. These ambitious, Erufai has been too ambitious, he wants to be president. And so he is pointing, maybe this team go to this place or I might go to this place, so let me rubbish that office of the National Security Advisor. That's what he's doing. Simple.
So basically, for you, you think that Erufai's allegation of importation of this poisonous substance, you think it is not true, but targeted at undermining the office of the NSA and also the Tinubu administration?
Yes, that's his
because of his political interests.
Because of his political interests. But unfortunately for him, he's been going, all of this time, each time he does this kind of thing, he goes scotch-free. He was working with a president that wasn't a politician, that just allowed him, Erufai. When Buhari was president of this country, Erufai was actually the de facto vice president. Do you know that? That Erufai was actually the de facto vice president. Erufai would go there and dictate what happened. So when he came to a president that's a politician that knows what he knows, today they will expose him. I don't know why the SS and all of that is not exposing Erufai. They should expose him on what he has done, the atrocity he has committed in this country. This country, this resume we are looking at it today, you can point it to Erufai.
Why do you say that?
Of course, they were the one who hated the polity.
During
Jonathan. When they wanted to remove Jonathan, they were the one who hated the polity. They were the one who said unbeatable fear about Jonathan. They were the one who made Jonathan look like Satan. before the North.
It's one thing to hit up the polity and try to, you know, give bad publicity to an administration, like you said that El-Rufai did to Goodluck Jonathan's administration. And it's different from when you talk about, there's a statement you made, you said these bandits and Fulani herdsmen can be directly linked to El-Rufai. Could you expound on that?
Let me say, there have been you know, issues and stories around El-Rufai as regards to the bandit, but I don't talk like that. But I can tell you that there are statements you make, even as a political leader, that has the capacity of rising the boys up. And when you do that, you will pay more to take the boys out of the street. Do you understand this? Because these are informal sectors. When you begin to say, this person, we will not allow, we will make the place ungovernable for him. You are telling the boys to get ready for war. And when they get ready for war and they are not war, they will fight. They will look out for...
It's one thing to get ready for war and another thing to be armed for war. Now the question is the sophisticated weapons that these people has been using. Where is it coming from? Because apparently when you look at them, you know that on a good day, they cannot afford those things.
This will, what I'm saying that between asking them to get ready for war and purchasing the arm, I may not say exactly who did.
All right.
But I would know that there's a signal, you can link certain statements to that.
To El-Rufai.
To El-Rufai, yes. He made very, and don't forget, like I used to say, don't forget, it was also Goodluck who brought back El-Rufai from his self-exile during Yaradua. It was still Goodluck. The same Goodluck, when he now noticed that Goodluck was not going to hand over to him again, that started blackmailing Goodluck. That's El-Rufai. So we know that El-Rufai is good at blackmailing people. And so what I will expect the government is to bring him and also bring him to book and let him answer to that thing, all the statements he's been making and everything he has made. El-Rufai has committed more verbal atrocity than what they are holding Nnamdi Kanu for. I'm telling you the truth. El-Rufai has made he is how do I say it? He is a very biased northerner. El-Rufai has made such things. Look at in Zaria, for instance, in Kaduna, for instance. You will understand that there is a sharp division between the Christian and the Muslim because of El-Rufai. Because of El-Rufai. The way he handled the state. So why is he coming to now give all this national attitudes of being an activist? You know, what has he done to show us? You can see people who are shown. You can see Filtri in Adamawa. You can see the Gombe professor, what is the Gombe governor, their performance in their place. You can see the performance. But what I would have said is, these people, do you know that there are contradictions in Adamawa? In Adamawa, in every family you have Muslims and Christians. And yet you don't see that conflict because somebody is managing it. So how come we didn't manage Kaduna? And Kaduna has been metropolitan for a very long time. That's where we have all the military headquarters. So you see a lot of people are in Kaduna. So how did he handle that? That you see assassination, that somebody will now come and say they are linking it to him, that a police officer will confess that El-Rufai was involved in the assassination. That's shameful. And the man is coming openly here to begin to accuse people. And so I'm asking the NSA to come out openly to either deny it or say yes.
Don't you think there is need for NSA to respond officially to this? Because, like it or yes, this is it's causing a whole lot of reactions on social media across board, and then also concerns are being raised by opposition, who feel probably, is this a way of eliminating opposition if the NSA is getting such chemical substance? Now, a substance that is odorless, that is colorless, is a salt, right? And probably might be tasteless. And when I went to research this particular thallium sulfate, I realized that its effect is a delayed poison. So it is not when you take it that it is going to start affecting you. And it has symptoms that are similar to extreme symptoms experienced by diabetes, where you have the breakdown of the nervous system. It affects your bones, your joints, and all of that. It affects your neuromotor, it affects your brain and everything. So it is degenerative kind of symptom that one will experience too. And again, I went further to research, and I found out that there is no antidote for poisons caused or symptoms or poisons caused by thallium sulfate. It's concerning. One would say, what exactly will the NSA be importing this kind of toxic chemical substance for? You understand? So don't you think you have led presidents at El-Rufai, according to what you've said, have lied in the past? So what is the guarantee that this is the truth? But El-Rufai has also said that he wiretapped the NSA's line, and he is privy to conversations being had by the NSA. And then it is one thing to say this on national television, and the next day to write a letter to that effect with his name and signature, and not just send it to the NSA, but also made it very public on Twitter, right? That's on X. So that is where we are at now. Don't you think that to assuage, or let me say, for the sake of transparency and trust between the Nigerian security system and architect and Nigerians, NSA should come out. The office of the NSA should come out and respond to that.
Now, let me tell you. You know, I'm not giving in to what El-Rufai said. I'm not even saying that they imported such things. I don't know. Firstly, is that you are saying that, don't I think that the NSA should come out to address press on that? You know, that office of the NSA, the reason for the respect of that office is the confidentiality in that office. I'm being frank with you. The office of the NSA is not like, say, the Army, the Navy, Air Force. Assuming, God forbid, that this was true, have you ever heard a citizen of any country that has chemical weapon go to say they were attacked and then they are producing chemical weapon? It's only the intelligence of a counter thing to help their you know, to make sure that they suppress that country, isn't it? But you know that the country produces such things because they want to also use it to fight external aggression. Assuming, I'm not saying that's what happened. You've never seen a citizen do that. So when you begin to see citizens do things in the National Security Advisor office like that, be careful and be suspicious of that citizen. But on whether NSA is going to come, I don't speak for NSA. But the little I know about the NSA, they won't just rush like any other person that would do. They won't just do that. They won't do that. Even the arrest of El-Rufai, which they must arrest him. Even the arrest, they won't just do that. They'll begin to follow other parastatals and other things to begin to bring him to book. You say you were attacked us. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? That a country, if
the DSS have, the federal government has already taken El-Rufai to court. I think he has been served. They have taken him to court. He's facing charges for that statement of wiretapping the NSA.
Wiretapping the NSA. So that it is from there. See, that's how they're going.
And while that is ongoing now, EFCC has brought up a charge against him. He's being investigated for certain funds by the EFCC, and I think yesterday he did visit the office of the EFCC. So that charge is up now.
And they have seized his passport. He wanted to go to Egypt to run. I know him. That's what he wanted to do. But don't worry. Like I've told you, that is the way that office works. The office of NSA. It's not the other offices that can just speak. The office of NSA will not just speak. They've taken it to court to prove that if you have done that, that means there is information you have now, isn't it? Then they will prove it. It is when they begin to prove that no, he did or he didn't, that there was nothing he got from there. That's a way of addressing the press. They can't just come out, because if not, that's what RFI they wants to do.
Wiretapping is different from the allegation of
chemical
importation.
How did he get the importation? How did he get the deal of importation?
That would now be another question. How did he find out
because
the NSA imported? So does that mean that wiretapping was true and they eavesdropped on the conversation around the importation?
That is where you will know whether all of those things are lies or not. I am telling you that the office of the NSA, in the first instance, if there's a stamp, no ammunition officially comes into this country without the office of the NSA. No war issue comes into this town, into the country without the office of the NSA. And so when you see the stamp of NSA, who will be telling RFI that this is this or that is that? Those things will come out, but they won't just come and begin to talk. He will come out, he will say, RFI will come out and say, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Don't worry. So it's not, they are not the normal office that will just begin to go and do that. You don't open up the National Security Advisor's office like that, like every normal office. Then you're opening up the country.
So, if I understand what you're saying very well, you're saying that the Office of the National Security Advisor is so exalted that that office is not going to explain to Nigerians.
That is not what I said.
These allegations.
That's not what I said.
So that's why I asked you. Don't you think that the NSA should
for national security? You know, people think that you have freedom of information, and they will tell you for national security there are things you don't just come out to do.
So
you will do the needful that the person will come and address the press on himself. They will do. They've started with the.
So now, don't you think, if you look at it from the other angle, that if come back with all this, because right now it appears that a can of worms have been opened, right? And he's now facing, it's between his federal government versus him with regards to the wiretapping allegation. EFCC has come with their own. Probably DSS is going to enter the fray.
They've come for assassination.
ICPC might enter the fray.
Assassination.
So now, if what do you mean by assassination?
The guy that
they've opened the allegation of the assassination of the guy in Kaduna State, where they said the police officer confessed that El-Rufai was.
El-Rufai even said the police officer confessed.
Okay, that he's the mastermind of that assassination. So DSS has opened that right now. So now he's facing a charge in court between him and the federal government. DSS has opened that chapter. EFCC has opened their own as well. So hopefully ICPC will come in, Nigerian police, and every security agency will come in. Now, don't you think that if at the end of the day El-Rufai should come out to say, oh, this did not happen,
that they will think
I lied, don't you think that the whole narrative will change to El-Rufai has been coerced to, make a statement that will absolve the NSA?
No, see, when you say NSA, it's a coordinating office of the security agencies. So if you see DSS coming, all those people coming, they're all NSAs now. So what they are saying is that they have taken you to court, to the Nigerian public. When you take someone to court, you've taken the person to the Nigerian public.
They didn't take him to court on the ground of importation of toxic chemicals. It is only on wiretapping.
Please excuse me now.
Go ahead.
What is wiretapping? Please tell me, what is wiretapping?
It has no business with this toxic chemical.
That's not. I didn't say whether it has business. I said, what is wiretapping?
You tell me.
No, but I'm telling you, you said it doesn't have. For you to know that it doesn't have business with this, it means that you know what it means. It means that you have the secret of the office.
Because you've been listening to their
conversation. That's what it means. So it's maybe it linked to this or that. You have the secret. So whatever the office is doing, you know. That's what it means. So when they begin to look at, there are information that you have through the wiretapping. That's why I tell you that by my little knowledge about the office of the NSA, that it is impossible, even if they had imported it for him to do. So maybe he knew through the wiretapping if there was something like that.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying now. The wiretapping, they've opened up, they've gone to Nigeria. That's the court. They said, court, look at it. Let's just see. Now, if you had wiretapped us, now what are the information you got? Tell the court. This is from this. Now he will not play those his wiretap in his tape now. So this is how when they were discussing.
And how he was. Who are the people involved in the wiretapping? Because that's illegal.
No, apart from even being illegal now.
So he's actually facing jail time.
No, he's going to jail. So if all of that, he will not tell them why, apart from even that, the court will ask him, what was the information you got? Because he will tell them how you got this information. Now, again, let me also say this to Nigerians. Like I said, we are gullible. Do you know chemicals? The chemicals they sell in the market.
Oh.
You know, there are some chemicals that they sell, that, especially those who, let me use my own, the one I know. The one they pour in batteries, like that runs engines and all of that. You know it's dangerous to health. You know it's dangerous to health.
Yes.
But yet, it's imported into this country, isn't it? It's produced here. Countries produce it. But the purpose of its importation is different. That same chemical you say in the market, if you use it and give it to somebody, the person will die.
Thallium sulfate is entirely in a different class of its own, because when you look at toxins, you look at poisons, you look at chemicals and all of that, they are all in different grades, in different classes.
I understand.
Right? Now, thallium sulfate is such a dangerous toxin that it was banned in some countries of the world, and it is under very strict and tight regulation to a point that there are certain permits that are needed for that importation to even happen.
Sure.
Do you understand? So now that is why the concerns are, that's a poison that has no antidote. I
am saying that's the same thing we are saying.
All right.
That I just asked you of the number one we have here.
Those ones do not pose such a
please,
serious toxic
so which means that those ones they cannot use to kill somebody.
Like thallium sulfate.
No, they cannot use to kill somebody.
So why that one would now say, why if the NSA was looking for such, if you had to go by what Elrufai has said.
You're not getting where I'm going.
Make me understand what
that's something that if you listen to me, I said those chemicals that you find in the market, that they say those chemicals have the capacity of killing somebody. Is that correct?
Yes.
But it was not imported for the purpose of killing. It was imported for another purpose.
Exactly.
No wonder you said that there must be strict conditions to meet before you can import that. Before you can import this other one now.
Yes.
Isn't what he said?
The thallium sulfate.
Yes. So what the condition must be, I'm just using that, maybe because you're using it for something other than what you think it should be used. And so that means that individual cannot just go and take it. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not saying they brought it. I am saying that assuming without conceding that that was even imported. In the national security concern, that is not something you know because you don't know why. I mean, it happens in countries. There are secrets that the countries have that is not leaked out to protect themselves on other things. But
many times when those secrets are leaked, you see those countries try to make a defense, no matter how ridiculous
it is. Usually bring all the chemical weapons here. It is usually super countries accusing other smaller countries, or smaller countries accusing super countries of using them.
Whichever way it goes, these countries react to it.
And what they will say is we don't have it.
So, don't you think NSA has Nigeria that?
No. Before you begin to do that, there are things you need to cross. NSA's office is a sensitive office. It don't open national security like that. That's what people, it's not like everything you hear, please tell us this. No, that's not how it works. That we have freedom of information doesn't mean that you just open the womb of the nation like that. No, now, there are things you must secure. Assuming, even though he has said that, do you know that the NSA, assuming they don't have it now, it's not what they did. And then he's looking at them. They'll begin to trace his wiring. Who has said this? What papers did this? They'll look at it holistically. So when they are coming out to talk to Nigerian,
they are coming out with information.
All
right. All right, very well. Thank you so much, Izzy, for coming. It's a pleasure having you.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. And thank you so much, our viewers, for always staying connected to us. And this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Open Conversation. We are open for sponsorship of the program, advert placements, news, events, coverage, and commercials. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv, on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. You can also watch us on Avo TV, Niger TV, and Ifastech TV platform. You can connect connect with us on our ATN socials by subscribing, like and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. And on X, Atlantic TV Net. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Laurentia Ugu. See you same time tomorrow. Bye for now.
Challenge how high the obstacles we always